Hello everyone, this is Professor Fortin and I'm going to give you a brief tutorial on how to use Blackboard Collaborate for your speeches. Now here's the home page of our course. Where do you go from here? Well, you'll just go into Tools. And you'll see here, Blackboard Collaborate. You click on that. And here's Blackboard Collaborate. So there's a couple tabs here, Sessions and Recordings. Sessions is where you'll create a session, and Recordings is where you'll see your recorded session once it's done. So the first thing you'll want to do if you're ready to record a speech is click Create Session, right here, this blue button. And then you get to create your session. And the first thing you want to do is rename your session. Otherwise, everyone's session will be titled Professional Communication Fall 14. All right, so let's say it's for introductory speech. Oh, look, introductory speech, your name. All right, so that's done. Everything else you don't need to worry about unless you're recording in the future because it's set for now and an hour in the future. So if you want more time, you can adjust the times. If you want it for a different day, different time, you can adjust all of that. Everything else, just leave it alone. It'll be perfectly fine. And then you click Submit. So you see here, this session that I just created is blue, and that means it's a hyperlink that I can click and record in that session. This one up here is set for the future, so I cannot click on it. So if you find that you create a session and it's black and there's no hyperlink, well, guess what? You probably set it for a time you didn't mean. So then go back in, you can edit it and change the time. But for now, we have this one that works, and so I will click on it. Now, this loading screen might be a little bit different for everyone because I'm using Firefox on a PC. And so you might have a different browser, you might have a different type of computer, so you just have to see what kind of launch it is. So just click OK for certain things, make sure that you're in the right settings. It should look like there's something going on. I'm going to say run. Yes, I'm okay with that. Blackboard Collaborate will start loading, and here we go. Connecting to host, authenticating, and I'm in. Now you'll get prompted to start recording right away. I wouldn't really recommend that, so I would just either close or close it with the X. So let's make this a bit bigger, and let me get this in the frame here that I'm recording in. Alright, so this is Blackboard Collaborate. Hopefully you got this far. If you did, you should be pretty okay from here on out. So the first thing you'll want to do is configure your audio, and that's this button right here, the little microphone looking thing with a red cog. You click on that and then you go through and you make sure it's selecting the right devices to get audio input. You test the sound, you go through the wizard, you should be fine with that. Now, okay, I still don't want to record. I configured my audio. I want to make sure the computer can hear me. So I click talk and look, it's sounding like it's getting something from me. So that's good. And then video. And now you can see me. So you need to be able to be heard and seen in order to get a grade. So you want to make sure all of that is selected. All right. Now another thing you might want to do is click load content. And that would be if you had a PowerPoint you'd like to include in your presentation. Now I have a PowerPoint ready for this, and so I click on it, and I just have to be patient because it will take a minute for it to compress these files into Blackboard Collaborate compatible form. So I just sit back, relax, wait for it to load. Nothing bad is happening when the content disappears from your slides. It's just compressing it. Your file will remain the same as it was. Now you'll get this bar here and you can go through and delete things and scroll through things. I usually get rid of it. Fewer things on the screen, the better for me. And I toggle between my slides using these arrows. So here I created an introduction to Blackboard Collaborate. And now next. All right, so simply toggle between these. There's a lot of fun buttons on here. If you're interested in them, you can look through the guides that are available to you or ask me about them, but we're just going to stick to the basics in this tutorial. Now, you're going to use Blackboard Collaborate for your speeches. You can create your own session like I just showed you, and sometimes there'll be live sessions if you attended or plan to attend the Blackboard Collaborate tutorial that is basically what I'm doing here. That would be a live session. You can also have meetings with students or your professor this way. Now, an important document is a Student's Guide to Blackboard Collaborate. If you need any of this information in illustrated form with words for instructions instead of watching this video, then that's available to you. Now let's talk about recording your own session. A couple tips here. Now again, like I said, please title your session something different than professional communication. So it might be the speech in your name, but another option is creating a test session. So this way you can see that it all worked and make sure you're happy with Blackboard Collaborate, and you can listen to your speech and maybe make adjustments after hearing your recording. So you would just simply put test hyphen your name. I won't ever look at those, and I can delete them once you're done with them. So just send me an email with those names of the speech sessions you want me to delete, and I will delete them. Important note here, when you're done recording, you don't have to press save, you don't have to click anything other than this X, this red X here. So let's go through those steps just one more time. All right, you get into Blackboard Collaborate, you configure your audio, you press talk, you press video, you press load content for a PowerPoint, and you press record. Okay, all of those steps. So configure your audio, talk, video, load content for any content, and then record. Okay. Be patient. After you exit out, it will work on saving your recording. It won't automatically appear in the recorded sessions area. So don't panic. It's probably there, though sometimes if your internet failed or something weird was going on with your computer, it may not have saved it. That's very rare that that would happen. So just wait, be patient. It should show up in a few minutes. If you don't see it within 24 hours, it did not save your session. So make sure that you contact me or just record again, or contact IT. So using a PowerPoint in Blackboard Collaborate, you see it's pretty easy, but simplicity is key. Only text and pictures. Animations and video are going to get stripped away, so you'll have wasted your time if you made your PowerPoint fancy with all of those zooming text and different transitions. So just be careful. Now it's your turn. If you haven't participated or do not plan to participate in the live session, then you should probably create your own Blackboard Collaborate session as soon as possible when you've got some time. Make sure it works. Make sure you don't need to update anything or get in contact with IT. You don't want to wait until the Sunday the speech is due to touch Blackboard Collaborate for the first time. I do not recommend that. So a couple common issues with Blackboard Collaborate is that Java is not updated, so just go to java.com to update your Java. Try using Firefox instead of Internet Explorer or Safari, and if nothing is working, you should probably contact tech support. There may be something wrong with your computer, and please let me know that you're having issues. So maybe I'll give you an extension on the deadline if you're still having issues after a prolonged period. But you can find this contact information for tech support in your contacts tab in Blackboard. Follow up with me on your issue. I will make sure that you can record your speeches. I promise I will find a way for this to work. But sometimes when all else fails, there may be something that doesn't click between Blackboard Collaborate and your computer, and I've had a few rare cases where that will happen. You might have to use YouTube, and we're waiting for Blackboard to update and fix all their bugs. So in the meantime, if Blackboard Collaborate absolutely doesn't work and it's too frustrating, just record your video on YouTube and send me the link whenever you submit your speech. The downsides, well, one, there's less support for technical issues. We don't really have a dedicated YouTube person here at Hodges to help you. I will do my best to help you, and I've sent some very important documents on how to use YouTube and all of that in Blackboard Collaborate. And you can't have your PowerPoint while you're speaking unless you have a screen in the background or you've found some way to make that work. So it's a little bit more difficult. And I'd prefer to see your PowerPoints while you're speaking. So it's the whole package as if it were a live session or a in-person session. So, it's best to have that, but, it won't let it count against your grade if the technology is just not working for you. Sometimes it just happens. So, I'm willing to work with you in whatever step you are in this process. So please reach out and contact me if you have any concerns or questions about the technology. Ultimately, it's about your communication skills, not frustrating technology. So please let me know what I can do to help. All right, good luck with your very first speech, and I'm here if you need me.